Hey, come into the room, come into the room. Come into the room, come into the room. Come into the room, please. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. So I wanted to finish this video. Because everybody was saying how great this dude was, that he was it, that he was the second coming, that, maybe Kitten Scammules, maybe he didn't get it right, but TLA, they was like, he different. It's an educated man. His talking points don't sound very educated to me. And I don't believe he would argue these points in front of non-Black people. I believe that he thinks that y'all are stupid, and I'm talking to the people that follow him. I'm talking to the Black men and women that follow him. I believe he thinks that y'all are stupid and that this is what you want to hear. I know this ain't what you want to hear. No man or woman. That a man has no accountability for his actions, for his behavior. That it always boils down to what some woman did and or said to him. This guy is talking about what was said to him. If you are that fragile, you need to live alone. You do not need a wife. You do not need a girlfriend. You do not need children. You do not need a legacy. All right? Because, by the way, your children are not your legacy, just like you're not your parents' legacy. I'm pretty sure you can't sit here and tell me that you're the embodiment of everything your parents ever wanted in life. It just is what it is. So, newsflash, what are some things that you want to tell old Black people? This is a lot of young Black people think this too. My children, my legacy. They're not your legacy. No one's going to look at your children, certainly when they are adults, and see you. They're going to see the person in front of them. That's how it always goes. Newsflash. So this guy is repeating these really bizarre talking points that y'all, that apparently they sell. Hi, Sammy. It's good to see you. Good morning. Oh, good to see you, Sammy. What time is it in South Africa? All right. Yes, I love the South African accent. Okay. I don't know. Is that how? You see, I don't really know how Black South Africans. Isn't that, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking about movies that were about South Africa that starred and were about like white South Africans. Well, anyways. Oh, wow. The Goldie Jones channel. It's great you're calling this out. Good morning. Good morning, the Goldie Jones channel. I'm a big fan of your channel, the Goldie Jones channel. I think you have a lot of really great points to say. It's really good to see you. Y'all be sure to check out the Goldie Jones channel. Sammy, all rest of y'all that, I know and love over here, my Steelies. Make sure to check out the Goldie Jones channel because she's got some great things to say. I usually like to talk about irrelevant factors, but the bottom line is this is dangerous rhetoric, all right? And I can't in good faith just allow stuff like this to be on, you know what I'm saying? And just sit back and be like, doop-a-doop. I can't do it. This is dangerous rhetoric. They took the video down, I believe, because of this dangerous rhetoric. I don't know what he said. He said some copyright claim, I think that he said was the reason. But, I mean, this is dangerous rhetoric. And I believe he's doing it to get clout. And, I mean, that's sick. Because it actually costs people their lives. People said that this Raji Black character was a listener to Kitten Scammules. Interestingly enough, Kevin Samuels will not admit to being a part of the manosphere. He won't admit to, even though he's the leader, which is kind of hilarious, he won't admit to being a part of that. So I think this TLA guy thinks that he'll be the one to take the lead, right? Maybe that's why they call him the lead attorney. But it's also very disturbing. Again, I heard about this guy because of his beefs with other YouTubers, and people brought up his name then. So he's clearly doing a lot. He's a lawyer and they know how to move. He's clearly doing a lot to get attention. And I think that this rhetoric is no exception. But the fact that he's a lawyer and he finds it acceptable to have this sort of rhetoric, when he wants to talk about being in the courtrooms and what you see, you don't see all these women and children being impacted by DV? You don't see that, bruh? Thank you, Goldie Jones. Thank you for your honest voice and for being a voice of reason, over here on these YouTube streets. They're rare, baby. It's 4:15 p.m. in South Africa. The South African accent in most movies about our country is inaccurate. Oh, no! Oh, no! You guys know how I love voices. I love accents. And, yeah, maybe someday you can teach me how to do the Black South African, the true South African accent, Sammy. That would be great, because right now in my head, I see the South African accent as like this Australian type of instead of saying South, I think a British person would say South Africa. South Africa. No, forget it. Now I have the South, Africa, like that. I don't know. It's cool. It's cool, but I want to make sure I'm doing it right. So y'all let me know. I'm going to keep working on it. Shout out to everyone here. Thank you for being here. Good morning. Thank you for being here. We're going to keep listening to this guy's video, because I'm telling you right now, I was bothered all night after I listened to this video with y'all. I have not listened to any of the rest of it but in front of you guys. And I was so disturbed because people have been saying that this is the great value guy, right? This is the high value man. This is high value. This is high value. You're in trouble. Yeah, trouble now. Good morning. I never trusted the lead attorney, okay? I never trusted him either, just to be honest. There's a certain code of conduct that attorneys are supposed to have. And him sitting up here popping off, doing all this is a money grab. This is a money grab. Woohoo! That's what I'm talking about. Awesome. Awesome. Oh, wonderful. I love my Steelies. Okay, he just doesn't care. Right. What's wrong with you, guy? What the hell is your problem? You're telling me you're an attorney, you've been in the courtroom, and you haven't seen all these women and children impacted by DV? And you'll fix your mouth to say the things that you're saying? Trying to be like Sean Connery, but you know what Sean Connery had going for him that you don't? Few things. So what you talking about? Yep, Black Manosphere. He is. I'll teach you one day, Danie. Oh, thank you, Sammy. I love. I've told you before, and I'll say it again. I really hope one day to visit South Africa and other parts of Africa as well. People sometimes will say, oh, people only want to visit South Africa. That's not true for me. I want to visit a lot of parts of Africa. I definitely want to visit, but South Africa and Egypt, have always been two very big goals of mine. So, I have to learn more about other places to put them on my map and hope to visit there at some point. Okay, anyways, let's get into this guy. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here. You guys rock. Let's get into this guy. Let's continue listening. This is a 5-hour live. I don't know a lawyer in the world with 5 hours of free. I mean, but hey, it's paying. Actually, this live didn't pay. I think it got demonetized for whatever reason. So there's no commercials. So we can listen commercial free. Follow the community guidelines. It's that simple. They don't want to follow the community guidelines. They want to be atrocious. And then they want to complain about how they were demonetized. You have to follow the rules. Okay? All right, let's take a listen what more he had to say about this case, about this Raji Ray J Black. Okay, that's his name. Okay. This black guy. Okay. They get really mad if you're like, she said he was black. His last name is Black. Okay. I'm sorry. All right. I didn't do it. Let's listen to this more about what this lead attorney guy thinks about this case, because the first video that I played for you guys yesterday, it sounded to me like he was victim blaming without a doubt. And not just victim blaming, but kind of allowing, excusing DV. It's like, why do y'all exalt? And of course, I'm not talking to my Steelies. I'm talking to the rest of them. Why do y'all exalt behavior like this? It's so weird. And then you talk about all the things you don't have and all the things you want. And it's like, get a clue. This type of dysfunction, no other group exalts this level of dysfunction. Let's take a listen.
Beth is one of these people. He was absolutely a victim in this. He was absolutely a victim in this. And I'll just leave it at that. Now, this is a complicated world that people like Path aren't intelligent enough to comprehend. You can be a victim and at the same time be a murderer. Listen to what I'm telling you. You can be a victim and at the same time be a murderer. Notice that I did not use killer, because killer, maybe you can be justified. Murderer. Path doesn't understand that two things can exist at the same damn time. That's why these conversations are so important. There's nuance. You can be a stone cold killer, a stone cold murderer, and a victim simultaneously. Pat doesn't understand that. Some people are idiots. Shout out to Pat. There's a lesson in this for men. No one will tell this to you like a divorce attorney. Stoicism. What does, it hurts men so bad. Let me tell you something about men. We want to, if we're married to you, if we're dating you, if we're in love with you, we want to be able to tell you guys how we feel about shit. Not to the extent that y'all talk, but we do. I mean, we're fucking humans. We have emotion. We want to be able to talk to y'all. What did Marcus Aurelius way back 2,000 years tell us? Like, don't do it. Oh, lead attorney, why aren't you more vulnerable with me? Oh, lead, why are you so closed off? What does my thumbnail look like? Anybody know what my thumbnail looks like? I have seen you men tell these women who you are dating, who you are married to, you have kids with, I've seen you tell them, all of your worries. I've seen you tell them all of your fears, and then I see them use it against you. I see them use it against you. Wives do this, girlfriends do this, exes. I've represented women who used your information that you told them against you. And I've cross-examined, listen, I have cross-examined you about things that I, as an attorney, would have never found out if you had not told your wife. But you told her. And that was the only way that I knew, because she told me. I wouldn't have been able to find out by myself. But you told her, right? Why did he kill his ex-girlfriend? Because the ex-girlfriend knew how much he was suffering behind the ex-wife's bullshit. And she used it against him.
Oh my God. This is what an educated man, this is what a man who is licensed to practice law in America has to say about why another male brutally took the lives of the mothers of his children. And he's sitting here just looking serious as all hell. Like, what he's saying makes sense. What is his legal record? He doesn't seem as if he's a winning attorney. Exactly. I'm like, if you were winning in the courtroom, you wouldn't be here. So, you know what I'm saying? It's coming on like your expertise is so amazing. If it was so amazing, you'd be in the courtroom with it. You'd be in the courtroom with it. It pays more, guaranteed, than hoping for a YouTube check. Look, he did this 5-hour live and none of it is monetized. I know he ain't happy about that. That's how divorce works on both sides. Exactly. He's like, women have paid me to say things about you. Wow. If I was a woman and had paid this guy to be a lawyer for anything for me, I'd be feeling very upset about how some things worked out, because I'm sure it didn't work out well for them. You hire a lawyer to help you through your case, and this guy's sitting there thinking about all that men are entitled to. Like, what are you talking about? Yes, people say things to each other. Again, why do they pretend that men don't use what women say against them? I told y'all a personal case about me. Male family members will use what you say against you. And I've seen these Dusties. Okay? He's awesome. I've seen it. Okay? I've seen these Dusties using what women have told them. Throwing abuse that women have shared with them back in their face. Well, that's why your mama didn't love you, your daddy didn't love you. Well, this happened with so-and-so, and that's why you act like that, and that's why what are you talking about? Toxic people do that to one another. My husband got into a situation with the car because he wanted to get pizza, okay, during a storm. Okay? You think I didn't throw that back in his face when the time was right? I had to. I was being honest. We're not perfect people. I'm not a perfect person. I'm not a perfect person. Okay? But so couples throw things in each other's face. Let's be clear. The longer you're together, the more likely it is to happen. But for low blows, for to be low blows, me and my husband would never. And I've seen these Dusties low blow women that they're with all the time. So it goes both ways. So how's this guy a victim? Nia says, that live stream was disgusting. I couldn't sit through it. He comes across as a grifter to me. I don't care what anyone says. Facts. Facts. Oh my God. Damn, these dudes make it so obvious that they're only in it for the money. They all do the same tactics. You can be a victim and a murderer. You can be a victim and a murderer. You can be a victim. Shut up. They got the same tactics. When are y'all gonna learn? This is grift. He don't give about none of this shit. Who knows what he believes in? Obviously, he decided to become. He says he's a divorce attorney. He sounds like a criminal attorney for criminals. That's what he sounds like. He sounds like he's defended a lot of known, criminals, killers. The fuck? This is not intelligent, and I want you to understand at the core of what I'm saying, this is not an intelligent discussion at all. And this is not an intellectual discussion that a man who claims to be, you see what I'm saying? People go to school. Just because you go to school don't mean you're smart. We got to look at the numbers of Black women, highest educated group. And they don't use a lot of that education when it comes to vetting these males. All right? Critical thinking. That's what we advocate for on this channel. Listen to what this guy is saying. This is not an intelligent discussion, okay? You wouldn't sit down with Jordan Peterson and have a discussion like this. Plus, Jordan Peterson being that three-piece suit. Tweed. Fuck. Okay. That's just me being a sapiosexual. Calm down. You see, I'm a sapiosexual, baby. I know a smart man when I see one. I know a smart man when I smell one. You understand? And this ain't it. This ain't it. He could never sit down with a group of intelligent men and argue this. Understand that at the core. A whole lawyer who doesn't know YouTube guidelines. He was so sad. He was like, they demonetized it, but they put it back up. 5 hours for nothing. Okay, 5 hours for nothing. Okay? Get it together. Now, what woman in his life can he blame for that? Because I know there's someone out there. Dear mama. Okay? They love to blame mama. God damn. I always say never trust a lawyer. They never have clear stances. Exactly. I don't trust lawyers at all. And if you've seen some of the toughest divorce cases, criminal cases you'll ever fight is with a person who's also an attorney, who's also a lawyer, who knows the law. Okay? It just so happens I know a little bit about the law too. Okay? That's how much I don't trust a lawyer. See, people say I don't trust a lawyer and they'll keep it moving. I don't trust a lawyer. No. I don't trust a lawyer, therefore I want to figure out and I want to know what they know. I want to know what they're doing. That's how much I don't trust them. Because like I told you guys, I had a criminal case in New York, and I'm going to talk about that more in another video. In the Brooklyn DA's office, they're mafia members. They were the effing mafia. I mean, you can't count on justice from the legal system in America. You can't count on it. And I don't. Because these lawyers are liars. Period. Some of the things he said about the ex-girlfriend sounded borderline slanderous to me too. Exactly. I'm like, you don't have any information. I'm like, this dude don't know nothing about the law. If I was her family, I would sue him for the platform he has, the reach that he has, and the things he's saying about this woman who lost her life, her unborn child. Why did he do it to his unborn child? The child did nothing wrong. Good day, Tana. You think he'd be careful about the things he says, seeing as he's an attorney. And you know, Tasha K has something to say about him. I'm gonna go back and listen to Tasha K video a little bit more because I was listening a little bit, but I didn't really care. But Tasha K said, she said, you can't find this guy. He doesn't want anyone to know what his name is. But he's got his face all over YouTube. Like, dude, it's only a matter of time. Do you want to be a lawyer or do you want to be a YouTuber? Let's get back to the mess.
Guys, I'm not just sitting here bullshitting you. This just happened last week. A famous attorney died. And it's like, Jesus Christ, his attorney died? Yeah, the attorney died. And so all the attorneys were kind of like passing back and forth. How's he died? What's going on? I got a text. You know what the text said? Text said, Lead, I found out how he died. I said, how? It was 2 words. Murder-suicide. Murder-suicide. Hey guys, I got 4,000 people in the chat. Can I get a few? Can we get 100 likes? Can we get this to 1.5 likes? Thank you. Murder-suicide. Thank you guys so much. Why was it a murder-suicide? Do you know why? The murder happened on a Sunday. On a Tuesday, that Tuesday they had court. They had a court hearing on Tuesday. The murder happened on a Sunday. Why did it happen? Turns out, allegedly, that the attorney had been stealing. Allegedly. None of this is proved yet. They are investigating. The attorney had been stealing a lot of money. He had been stealing a lot of money from his clients. And he had also been stealing a lot of money from the state of Georgia. I've got one question. Who do you think he told about the stealing of the money? I've got a question. What do you think they were going to talk about?
Well, why does he play that horn? Like he said something great and he like plays the horn. It's giving me cosplay. It's giving me cosplay. You know what I'm saying? Like of how like, niggas be playing the horn on a radio shows and ish. It's like, this isn't a radio show. 1, 2, you're a lawyer. 3, if you didn't grow up in the suburbs, I'd be very surprised. Like, you don't know nothing about that horn. Go play something else. Like, play something else. What are you doing? I'm still waiting for a gem to drop. A bar, something. Give me something. Because I'm be honest with you guys, I'm getting bored. This is an hour into this 5-hour live. And see, this is why a lot of boring content creators will constantly be bringing up other people on the panel. As you see, he'll bring up people on the panel real quick. Because it's like, dude, you ain't got nothing to say, honestly. I'm not hearing one intelligent thing yet. Is he really a lawyer? Right. Exactly. No lawyer or whatever. What's all them books behind him? They're looking like wallpaper. You ain't reading all them books. Let's continue.
On Tuesday in court. This is a well-known attorney, reputation very high. Guess who wanted half of the stolen money? Oh my God. You can't even talk to women anymore.
Wow. So you're stealing money. And if a woman asks a man who's implicating her by telling her his criminal escapades, you are therefore implicating her in the crime. Did you know that? When somebody tells you of a crime, you have two responsibilities. Run, go tell, or walk around with a secret that here's what I'm talking about. He an attorney, but he ain't telling y'all how shit work. If the courts find out you knowingly are aiding and abetting and helping a criminal out, someone that you know is a criminal, you're going to jail. So she asked for half. So he took them both out. This guy takes them both out. And he's sitting up there, women, you asked for too much. You don't think it's asking too much to tell someone that you're stealing massive amounts of money? That if the cops find out, both y'all going to jail? You don't think that's asking too much?
Right? You know, I was talking to a friend of mine about this last night. And I think that her perspective is probably like a lot of women's perspective that are in this chat. Women are like, listen, we hear what you're talking about and we want to be with you, but come on. Come on. Murder. You know what my friend said yesterday? She said, well,
let's be clear. I don't want to be with you. I want to be with you. Gonna be with you. No, I don't want to be with you at all. At all. And I see the caliber of females in your comment section, and say less. It's a bunch of beautiful women who missed the mark because they was holding out for an IBM that never came. Now they 40 plus. It's a bunch of them and a bunch of women y'all don't want because they're overweight or they're whatever, they're black, Okay, so it's a bunch of them in the comment section talking about I want to be with you, gotta be with you. No. Okay, I don't need to agree with everything a man says or thinks. Okay, for a man to want to be in a relationship with me. And if you're a woman, I don't care who the man is and what he looked like, and you gotta agree with and do everything he say for this dude to want to be with you. I've never experienced that. I cannot relate. Any guy that interacts with me knows immediately this is a woman who thinks for herself. Okay? This is not somebody I can brainwash. And because I am that way, I was able to weed out a lot of dusties. Because the dusty wants a woman he can manipulate. Like this guy believes he can do to his audience, to his female audience members. He can manipulate them.
he should have gotten some therapy. So why can't he talk it out? If he would have gotten therapy, he said he was depressed. If he would have gotten therapy, he could have talked this out. And this wouldn't have happened. Hey Gail, thank you for shouting out the likes and stuff, but it's making the chat move up a little bit. Can you because I see you and I thank you for that. Thank you. Oh, and thank you guys for getting my likes up. Thank you, Gail. Thank you guys for getting my likes up. You guys are awesome. So, oh well, why didn't he get some therapy? Why do men hold everything inside? Why do men hold everything inside? What happens when we fucking tell you? Look what the ex-girlfriend did. Fair enough. This man,
I could care less why men hold everything inside. Men hold everything inside because another man's going to tell him to toughen up and shut up. That's why men hold everything inside. And it's not because they're worried some woman's going to use it against them. Ain't that the way it go? Ain't that the way it go? Look. I learned the hard way. People kept saying, reach out to people. Reach out and touch. I was like, oh, okay, let me reach out. I'm going through it. Let me reach out. You reach out to people, they're going to throw it in your face. Very few people won't throw that shit in your face. Cold world. That's why, keep it to yourself. You know how much shit I kept to myself? Because I've always known that shit. But I got, I was led to believe, people kept saying, no, reach out. You reach out, they're going to throw shit in your face. That's the way of the world. I would think men would know the way of the world and be able to handle it. He's sounding like some 12-year-old boy that, you know what I'm saying, like got his first crush or something. I hope their families don't stumble onto this. People are quick to exploit these cases without thinking about the poor kids that aren't going to spend the holidays with their mother. Exactly. Can you imagine? We don't know how old these children are. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're young enough, but God knows what they come across, what they'll stumble across typing their father's name into YouTube. Shame on you. Shame on you. Then want to complain that the women ain't feminine enough. I feel you. I feel you. I'm watching this in utter disbelief. They said he was high value, y'all. They said he was high value. This is more like great value to me. High value? I don't know about that. It's giving Aldi's. It's giving Aldi's. Okay? Hello, Cosmic Journey. Yeah, exactly. I'm so disgusted by this dude. I'm so disgusted. Like, I can't. As soon as I get done with this live, I'm gonna run. My husband gets to work from home a few days a week because of the panini. I'm gonna run upstairs and give my husband a big ass hug. Okay? Never let him go. Because as much as he refuses to put his clothes in the dirty clothes hamper, there's some things I can tolerate from men, and there's some things I can't. This is not tolerable. Learned that the hard way from my family. Exactly. What are you talking about? What are you crying about? So we all supposed to go out and take people out for betraying us, for breaking our hearts? Life is cold world. He want to talk about stoicism and then never talk about it again. Stoicism. The endurance of pain or hardship without the display of feelings and without complaints. Amen? Amen. I love a stoic man. I love a stoic man. Because a lot of people think stoicism is you just don't show your feelings. That's not it. Stoicism is what men in hard times should do. Now, why are we even discussing their feelings? You don't live in a time where people have time for your feelings. I don't think you ever will. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Stoicism is an ancient Greek school of philosophy founded at Athens by Zeno. The school taught that virtue, the highest good, is based on knowledge. The wise live in harmony with the divine reason, also identified with fate and providence, that governs nature and are indifferent to the vicissitudes of fortune and to pleasure and pain. Okay? So, vicissitudes. Let me give you guys that definition. Ken, am I saying it right? Ken! He went upstairs. Ken, oh no, he got his headphones on. Hold on, vicissitudes. If my world was here, she would know. No, he went upstairs. God damn it. All right. So it's an ancient Greek school of philosophy, right? It's a way of life that they taught each other to live. Life was hard. You had to hunt to eat. Gotta eat to live, gotta steal to eat. You had to hunt your food if you were going to eat your food, all right? It wasn't just at the grocery store. So life was hard, and this is how men who were building got through that. Not bitching and moaning and making little spheres for themselves to complain about how women aren't listening to their feelings. Again, this is why I'm a sapiosexual, okay? Any smart man knows nobody cares about your pain. It just is what it is. If you can find someone that you can talk to about your pain and that's great. But not everyone has that. I said, because I listen to my white friends. Look, exactly, right. Your white friends will be like, just reach out. Just reach out, Danie. Just let someone know you're hurting. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to let you know. I mean, you're just a friend. So I guess I'll reach out to my family. I guess I'll finally let them know, why I've been going through this and that and why. Nope. Big mistake. Nobody cared. Is that justification to hurt someone? You don't have to care either. Did you know that? See, when I learned that nobody cares, therefore I don't have to care, changed my whole life. Oh, you don't care about me? Okay, great. Well, I give you equal reciprocity. We just both won't give a fuck. Everything can be about appearances. You ever be around people and be like, this relationship is supposed to be a lot deeper than it is. This person is my mother, my sister, my brother, my father, whatever, what have you. And I can feel that this relationship isn't very deep. It's very surface. If you start feeling that around people, give them what they're giving you. That's what I do. Here you go. In a surface relationship, I don't have to answer the phone. I don't have to give you $50 when you need it because you need it. I don't have to do shit the way you don't have to do shit for me. Thank you. It's very freeing. This man was either a paralegal. The lead paralegal. The lead intern, okay? This man was either a paralegal or a subpar lawyer who was fired. These YouTubers think they'll be able to make money off YouTube forever. No firm is going to hire him back if he's a legit lawyer. Oh my gosh, Ivy, that's facts. That is facts. They said the lead intern. Oh Lord. The lead, three credits short of graduation. Oh Lord. You know, a lot of people, they'll pass the bar and they'll be like, you know, they'll graduate law school and they'll say that they're a lawyer, but they haven't passed the bar. So people do that too. He overdosed on red pills. Exactly, Amari. Oh my goodness. Hilarious. Exactly. Yo, that's exactly it. Like, this guy is in a red pill stupor right now. He is ODing on red pills. It's like when they find him, he's going to be red pills all around him. How do you bring him back? They're going to have to throw Playboy magazines on him. 1, 2, 3, breathe. Come on. Slap him in the face with a Playboy magazine. What's it going to take? Dude, none of this shit is real. You can't say this shit in the real world. It's slanderous at best. And I hope her family sees, and I hope that he's held accountable for what he's saying. If he's sued, that's what he gets. How dare you come on and talk about this woman? You know nothing about her. People were saying that this guy has a history of DV. This Raji Ray J Black guy has a history of DV. He has a history of blaming his co-workers. He has a history of no accountability. And this guy's talking about him like it's his freaking cousin. Ladies, no true high-value man is sitting up this white man's internet complaining all day. Exactly. I hate to be the one to tell you. It's not happening. This is just one major grift for him. He doesn't care. Exactly. If you're somebody that thinks that I don't think this guy has any feelings, to be honest. Again, that's probably why he chose the profession of being a lawyer. A lawyer can defend someone that they know is guilty of major crimes to get a check. That's why, if I were to be an attorney, but you know, I always thought, well, I would be a prosecuting attorney, right? And then it's like, they lie for the state. I had the Brooklyn DA's office lied on me to dismiss the case, the criminal case that I had against someone who had assaulted me, because they didn't want to bother with that case because they don't care about violence inflicted upon Black women. And I'm telling you right now, that's why I'm going to do a video about the recent assault that happened in New York that's been going around. Because I'm going to tell you right now, don't let anyone put their hands on you. Don't let anyone put their hands on you, because justice is fleeting. Justice is rare. That's why I just react. I swear to God, anything around me, I just react, baby. If he get hit, he get hit. I don't forgive and forget. If he get hit, he get hit. No. I'm not living in a world that tells me that I do everything right and you're going to let someone go for assaulting me because you don't care about violence towards Black women. All right, well, I'll care. Get the strap. And stay with that heat. Since they don't care. And New York is a perfect example of that ish. You know how many people I know firsthand who've been assaulted in New York? People think it's some city of dreams and shit. Just like they think that America is some place where everyone's privileged. It's cap. If it doesn't make sense, it's not true. Does it make sense that there's anywhere you could go in the world that there would be no violence, no crime, no disparities in wealth and equity? No. People got to start using their brains. Amari said he did that because his preferences wasn't falling in line and got tired of his dustiness. Okay. That's exactly it. He was losing it all. He lost the beautiful, light-skinned wife that he had. He lost that, probably to DV and foolishness, allegedly. And then he saw that preference slipping away. And see, when they lose a preference, the likelihood of them getting one that is as high value as the first preference they got, it's rare. This guy cared about his reputation. He wanted to be seen as, a professional. But he had a warped sense of entitlement. And you can't be professional when you have a warped sense of entitlement. That's exactly it. He wanted to hold on to the look of his life. Playing a victim. And you see, these guys get to play the victim because these Tammys and tools out here infantilizing them. The man-woman sphere. It's the man-woman sphere. It's just as many women over there as there are men.
You know what this man said? When the video started off, the first thing he said was, man, I would like to thank all the people who know about this. He did talk to people about this. He did talk to people about this. People knew what was going on. Let me tell you something about checker players, chess players. You know what? You learn chess. If you're going to be good, you need to learn chess early. Really early, like 3-4 years old, right? And you go to these tournaments and these 8-year-olds playing. Let me tell you something about chess players when they're 8 years old, when they're 6 years old. They can lose a piece, they can hang a rook, they can hang a queen, and they get, they lost their queen, so the game is going, but it's over. It's going, but it's over. They've already lost, but the game is still going. They're just waiting for the end. You know what certain kids will do? They will notice that their queen is not on the board anymore, and they will notice that they have no chance of winning. You know what these fucking 8-year-olds will do? They will push their chair back. They will stand up. They will put their hands under the table, and they will flip the whole fucking table over. They'll flip it over. If I'm not winning, you are not winning.
That sounds like a personal experience that he had. You can tell he played chess. Didn't I tell you he was suburban? Did I tell you? Because he keeps ringing that bell all wrong. He's like, bah, 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 bah. He's like, good morning, you guys. Bah, 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 bah. Like, okay. Now he's talking about when he was playing chess when he was 8, flipping over tables and shit. Like he Jesus in the courtyard. Okay, surprise, surprise. I guarantee you it's not 8-year-old girls. I guarantee you it's not 8-year-old girls doing that. You know who also used to do that? My male family members when we was growing up playing the video game. When they saw that they was going to lose, what they do? Unplug it, restart it, hit the reset button. I'm like, come on. What you hitting the reset button for? You got me in the corner. You doing the same moves. You a button masher. Oh, well, whatever it takes to win. You knew I was going to button mash when you took the controller. Excuses. Excuses. That's how the game go. Maybe I'll learn the moves. Maybe I'll button mash. If you're good, you'll win. You got me in the corner. Oh, well. So you're going to restart the whole game? So now nobody can play? And he's sitting up there laughing like that's something to be proud of. So you're justifying how a child moves when they lose a game to a man taking someone's life? To a male taking the life of the mother of his children? The lives? You know how that's going to impact his daughters? Do you have any idea how hard life is going to be for them? Do you have any idea what he's done? Irreparably damaged his daughters. Now when they're coming up and they have a hard time in their intimate relationships, the guy will be huffing and puffing and complaining because they're watching fools like this. And these girls, but for the actions of their fathers, wouldn't have to be spending the rest of their adulthood healing from the trauma of their childhood. No accountability. More like he was complaining and he realized no one believed his line. Exactly. He's like, for the people that know. Of course, everyone knows he sat on Facebook complaining 24/7. That's the quickest way to get me to unfollow and unfriend is a man to sit up and complain 24/7. Go build something and preoccupy your mind. Practice stoicism. That's what a man's supposed to do. Because a man, because everyone, but certainly these men who want to lead and want submission, then you should understand stoicism. You should understand controlling yourself, how imperative that is to success. Controlling your mind, not allowing your mind to rot and fester away to foolishness and stupidity. That's why I keep telling y'all, I'm trying to help y'all out. A lot of y'all are listening to people who are mentally unbalanced. And a lot of their lives and the stuff that they have to say to y'all are the rantings of a person in mania. These people are in a state of mania when they get on here and talk to you. I happen to be loud and passionate. But y'all are listening to people in a state of mania that you think are dropping truth bombs, that you think are really going to help you in life. No one with undiagnosed, untreated mental illness is going to help you. So, again, you can listen to stuff and be entertained, but think twice and use discernment and who you listen to take advice from. Check the scoreboard. I don't know this dude, Salino and Barnes. I ain't seen his Salino and Barnes commercial. The injury attorneys, okay? That's who I know. Okay? Yep. What's up, Naima? Good to see you. He sounds bitter. I bet he was rejected by Black women all his life, especially by educated Black women. He sounds very, wow. They are high-value dusties. Coyotes and hyenas, exactly. The great value dusty. Beware. Because these dudes will get an education. They daddy toxic. These dudes will get an education and think that they're better than somebody. Entitled as all hell. I know men who have a lot less financially that are a lot better to be around than guys like this. Straight the fuck up. All right, let's listen to a little bit more. He's not impressing me, okay? He's just not impressing me. That's why they bring women onto their channels that kiss their ass and shit. They never bring a woman on that, that they would have to use intellect to have a conversation with. They don't. They only bring on women that they can flex their backwards ideologies, and the women will agree because they believe this is the only way to get a guy. Huh.
There's nothing more to be done. Well, children are not the only. This is part of a human condition. This is not childish behavior. This is a human behavior. Back in the day,
it's a human behavior to take someone's life because they hurt your feelings. You sound dumb as hell, man.
I don't know if you guys remember what a VHS tape is. Back in the day, there was a very special VHS tape. It was going around. That VHS tape was going around the nation. It was on the news. And somebody from their balcony had taken a recording of a man getting beaten in the middle of the highway by like 9 police officers. A bunch of cops. He was getting his ass whooped. The nation was aghast. The residents of California already knew. They were like, oh, this is new to y'all? Oh, y'all thought this didn't happen. We have been living under these conditions for generations. For generations. So they put the officers on trial.
He started out laughing. He was laughing about that. He's talking about the Rodney King beating, and he was laughing about that one. He was laughing at the beginning before he started talking about it. Like, you can go back and look at the video. He's like laughing. He's like, this video. I don't know what's so funny about that video. 1, 2. Again, this is the hypocrisy, right? So again, we are the victims of oppression here in America by non-Black people. We are the constant victims of that. So therefore, when our feelings get hurt, we can victimize women, people that are weaker than us, because we're being victimized. Like that makes sense. That makes sense that you're a victim when someone's hurting you, but when you hurt someone, well, shouldn't have played with my feelings. Play with your fucking feelings. You won't get shit from me, just to be honest. If this is how y'all thinking, I swear to God, this is crazy. People sitting up there being like, this is your most important. Look at the comments under this video of his. This is your most important live stream yet. Wow. I never knew how bad it was. I'll be honest. I never knew how bad it was. That this entitled way of thinking. And still, what is your point? Brown Becky says, Black women, I keep telling y'all, when it comes to Black men, educated lames are no different than Pookie and Ray Ray. Y'all refuse to believe it. I'm not shocked. I'm telling you. I am telling you. I'm surprised. Because I didn't think it was this bad. But I'm going to be honest. No, it is. It is. Everything that I've seen, because I've been around the ELs. I've been around the ELs. You know what I'm saying? And and you know what I thought? Messy. They're messy. They want to talk about throwing shit in your face. They'll be the first ones to throw something in your face. You dark skinned, that's why you single. You baby mama, that's why you this, that's why you that. They'll be the first ones. don't know any Pookies and Ray Rays. Okay? I don't know any Pookies and Ray Rays. These dudes don't even barely be knowing Pookies and Ray Rays. I don't know any Pookies and Ray Rays. But I do know some Quanells. Okay? What's that educating sounding name, right? And the point is, wow. Because again, what did you get your education for? You're only learning the one little thing that you're in school to learn. If they go to school for engineering, most of them go to school for political science and law and justice and those types of degrees. Let's be honest, communication. But say the higher ones, all they know is what they're teaching them. They can't tell you nothing about Stoicism, Socrates, right? They can't tell you anything about how a man is to control his mind. Not be sitting around blaming that. Why you think Jordan Peterson, okay? Jordan Peterson, who I don't have no problems with, baby. It's the three-piece tweed suit for me. Okay? It's that salt and peppers here. That's what I say when I see Jordan Peterson. Salt and peppers here. And we're in, okay? I'm gonna keep it sapio, baby. I can smell a smart man a mile away. These guys are not smart. They're going to school and all they're doing is hanging out with each other, repeating these dusty ass talking points, and learning the basis, the base understanding of what they're in school for. You're supposed to be networking when you're in college with people, all types of people, not just people that look like you. So if you're serious about living in America, getting a good job, you would be networking with everyone in college. That's what college is for. Not to sit around people that look like you and act like you and talk like you. And look, yes, non-black people do that in college. They can afford to. I want to challenge you, black folk, that y'all cannot afford to. Not in this country. Not in this climate. All right, you talking about Rodney King. Lord. Not him comparing this to Rodney King. Oh my gosh. It's like, come on. I will not talk to a man with a victim mentality. I had a male family member being like, well, I'm the youngest and I'm the youngest. That don't mean shit to me. I didn't control what order you got here in. Who cares that you're the youngest? Get to work. Contribute. Or get the fuck on. You're not going to be skating around here. You're not going to be infantilized. Not by me. Play your role or kick rocks. Oh, God. It's so many of them. So many of them. Oh, God. Oh. I honestly knew because I was raised by one as a single father. Okay, he constantly degraded black women and told me I was naturally aggressive because I'm a black female. Wow. I'm really sorry that you went through that. I am really sorry you went through that. I've told y'all before on this channel, I don't feel any type of ways about my deadbeat father not being a part of my life because it's very clear to me that he would have contributed dust. Okay? It's very clear to me he would have contributed dust. And he would have been an impediment to my success. He already is. I'm successful in spite of the little bit that he popped and bopped around. But yeah, I gotta say that I'm very happy he wasn't in the household with us because he had nothing to offer. These dudes want to be around just so that they can be in control of something. Go control that patriarchy, fuck. You better go compete. You don't get to compete with me. It's the victim mentality for me. I can't stand it. Yep. It's okay. I was watching him age and karma is coming in full swing despite it being a perceived high value man. Black women work hard even when they have a lot of things thrown at them. Absolutely. Absolutely. I would argue clearly Black women are professional Black women are definitely more stoic than the men. Definitely. Stoicism, guys, don't overlook that, okay? It's something that a man should practice. As a man, that's why Jordan Peterson is winning. You need to have control of your mind. And I know that Jordan Peterson had his struggles with opioid addiction, but the fact that he was able to overcome that speaks volumes for how determined he is to control his mind. These guys claim to look up to Jordan Peterson, but they're not practicing what he's practiced. They want to use his talking points to justify one or two things. No, take a look at how he lives his life. Stoicism. Don't underestimate it. All right, we're going to take a listen a little bit more, and then I'm going to head out. Thank y'all so much for being here. If you're in the room, please thumbs up the video and subscribe. It would really help me out greatly. And, we'll get more videos like this to y'all.
The officers were acquitted. They were found not guilty. What did the people in that community do? They stood up and they put their fucking hands under the table. And they flipped the goddamn table. Right? If you're an 8-year-old and you're winning, you know what you don't want? You don't want the table to be flipped. You're like, hey, stop shaking the table. I'm winning. Stop shaking the table. When you have a lot of money, if you're a Republican and you got a lot of money and there's this civil unrest, no. No riots. No looting. No. Keep everything the same. What do you want? You want stability. Shit. That's what you want. Right? It's the people that are winning who want stability. The people at the bottom who are losing, they're the ones who want change. They're the ones who want reform. And if it gets so desperate enough, they'll flip the whole fucking table. I got a question. What do you think this black man did? This black man that was fighting for 3 years trying to get custody of his kids, and they're talking about he put his fingers up his daughter's pussy or whatever they said about this man.
What the fuck? What in the hell? Oh my God. Wow. Ugh. He trying to get everybody in trouble with this. What kind of man talks like this? I mean, there are so many ways that you can convey that without just shocking the hell out of somebody. Wow, thank you so much for the super sticker, Cosmic Journey. Wow, thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm sorry. Whoa! Are you serious right now? So he knew this information and he still got his ass on here in his used Carsman suit, blue suit, to defend this man's actions? Deplorable. I'm sorry. I am like physically ill right now. And you can imagine as a mother having to give your daughters to a man accused of such egregious acts to them. It would never happen. You know, they love to talk about how Becky is submissive. Not without my daughter, starring Sally Field. One thing a white woman is not going to do is let you get custody of the kids. Almost half the cases of a white woman taking out her husband is because she was like, you're not getting custody. And their dads that stay in their life will take a guy out quick before they will let an incompetent parent get custody of their kids. Wow. I'm telling you, I'm like, is there anything else to listen to here? Is there anything else? This guy is sick. Again, ladies, could you imagine sitting down to dinner with a guy like this? What he would say, what he would expect, what he would feel entitled to, and probably take you to Outback Steakhouse. Oh, Lord. Not the Outback. He'll probably take you to Applebee's. Ponderosa. They see when they try to get fancy with it. Ponderosa. Wow. Wow. Black people, please elevate. Vibrate higher. Get your shit together. This guy shouldn't have 100,000 subscribers. Get your shit together. There is nothing progressive. There is nothing he wants to talk about. They want reform. What does reform have to do with this psycho guy taking the lives of the mothers of his children? What are you talking about? Why is he conflating these issues? An intelligent man wouldn't do this. There's a lot better ways you can make your points. I swear to God, when the live is over, I'm going to run into my husband's arms. Because this is the best that they've got. Oh my God. The fact that women on his live were agreeing with him. Sick. I was listening and then I stopped. It's just too much cap. It's too much. Absolutely disgusting. He's at 100K. He's at 100K. Yep. This what y'all want to hear? Let me tell you something. White women are not about to let y'all take their rights away. The descendants of the suffragettes are not here to let y'all take their rights away. Males. Nobody is going to support men who think like this. Nobody. Nobody's smart. Okay? Nobody's smart. Great value Dusties. Great value Dusties. It's good to see you, Ginger. Appreciate you. Thank you. He was just at 70K last month. Wow. But they want to come over here, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe, please. No support for a black woman breaking generational curses, breaking generational trauma, working with black and brown kids, working with the youth, giving my goddamn time. Oh no, I don't get shit for that. Foolishness is rewarded, and he knows this, and that's why he's winning in that area. But to me, it's not worth the price of your soul. I'm sorry. It's not worth the price of your soul. I'm going to keep talking about what's right and doing what's right. I'm not jealous of nobody on here that had to act a fucking fool, whether they realize it or not, to get some clout. I'm not jealous of nobody that had to do that. Integrity. That's what matters to me. So this guy is sick. I'm going to listen to just the last few minutes after this to see what he has to say to wrap that up. But yeah, we're done here. He ain't got shit to say. This is not intelligent conversation whatsoever. And I honestly was like, let me play this and I'll listen to it with the Steelies, because there's no way like it can be as bad as it seems right now. And it was worse. This is not normal. I don't know how anyone can listen to this guy. Me neither. I mean, honestly, it's worse than kitten scammules. It's worse than kitten scammules. Wow. Somebody said he's the love child of kitten scammules and TS. And I would agree with that. He is the love child of kitten scammules and TS, without a doubt. Oh, Jesus. And the women that support them, y'all deserve each other. The man was 100% guilty, period. Dust follow dust, exactly. It's like ashes to ashes and dust to dust. It's ashes and dust. And lint. And I'm a lint roller. Be gone. I mean, this is sick. All right, let's listen to a few more minutes. See if he's got anything. This is going to be hard. And I thank you guys all for listening, because this has been hard. I don't listen to garbage like this. Okay? I was just watching a bunch of videos about, there's some type of insulation gel, aerogel. Okay? I've been watching a lot of videos about that lately. Like, I like stuff where I like to learn. This kind of shit, miss me with this.
Making $200,000 a year.
Oh, so because he was making $200,000 a year, he couldn't possibly have abused his children? Is that what you're saying? What the fuck is $200,000 a year, bruh? When you got 2 kids and an ex-wife and another baby on the way with a different woman, what is $200,000 a year? Student loans? What are you talking about? That don't make nobody special.
Can't even get custody of his kids. Now his new girlfriend is talking the same shit. Oh, wait till I have my kid. I'm going to put these allegations on you too. You're not going to be able to see your kids either. What did he do? He stood up and he put his hands under the goddamn table. Now, Let me tell you something about people who put their hands under the table to flip it over. A lot of times they feel like there are no options. Guys, this is not a stupid man. This man had a very important job and he was making $200,000 a year. He was locked in a 3-year battle. He had surveyed the land. He surveyed it. He was like, okay, what are my options? This is not a man on day 1, on day 3, he flipped the table over. He's been in the custody battle for 3 years. He could have been in the custody battle if the new girlfriend had not said anything. He might have been able to fight that battle. What did we talk about having a battle on 2 fronts? Guys, he killed 2 people plus the kid. Like, no one's saying he's innocent. He's a murderer. Some of the people that flipped the table when that black man got beat up in Atlanta, in California, they were burning down black businesses. They were burning down businesses that they shopped at. Now the business is gone. They don't have anywhere to shop. Flipping the goddamn table over is not the perfect solution. It's not a great solution. But people look around and like, what? Where you want me to just live like this? You want me to just live like this? You want me to go get therapy? You want me to talk to somebody? What do you want me to do?
Go live as a hermit and get out of everybody else's way since you have limited mental capacity. If you have limited mental capacity, life is hard for everyone. If you have such limited mental capacity that you can't handle 2 things at once that you've caused, if you can't look at things around you and try to find your accountability, how you play a role in the dysfunction in your life, if your life has dysfunction, you need to be looking at how you play a role in that. Why are you making babies and busting nuts when you are mentally incapable of handling crises? Shouldn't you be sitting down somewhere in a padded cell out of everyone's way? Crazy McCrazy? That's what I have to say to that. And those people who burn down black businesses, they're fucking fools. Again, use your goddamn brain. Think. Think. You go from one crisis to the next because you don't think. You don't use your brain. It's not smart to burn down businesses you need just because you're mad. This guy is justifying this, period. Period. He is justifying it. Exactly. He had his kids with him. What is he a victim of? I think that the lead attorney is feeling some type of way about this because he's like, he's a black guy with a good job. Then he should have done right. It's not a good look. They try to use that black woman over in Harlem or in the Heights that took out that other black woman's life. They were like, look at black women. Look at black women. I'm like, this girl's in the streets. What do they got to do with all the rest of us? But see, they don't know how to compartmentalize. Instead of him being like, oh, this guy has nothing to do with me. It doesn't matter that we both have good jobs and we're black. Like, who cares? I wouldn't behave this way. Instead of doing that, they'll justify the behavior and try to normalize that for y'all and tell y'all exactly what they did. And after the Rodney King beating, what happened? LA was under strife. And it's commonly known that they basically threw the O.J. Simpson trial because they love to give black people empty, symbolic gestures, because that'll shut y'all up. Empty, symbolic gestures. So they brutally beat Rodney King. He didn't get anything for it. But they let OJ go. They let him get off with what he did to his wife and Kato Kalin. Even though who else would do that? Like, use your brain. Who else would so viciously want to take those two people out? And it was a show to him. He wrote a book basically saying what he would have done if he did it, right? They threw that trial. It's widely known. And to this day, you'll still get white people will come up to you, be like, "Oh, you guys wanted OJ to get off." I'm like, I was in fourth grade. Chill. But what I did notice was how happy and ecstatic a bunch of black people were for something that had nothing to do with them. And that calmed them down. Even though the police brutality never stopped, that calmed them down. This rich black guy getting away with what he did. That empty gesture. Beware of empty gestures. Is this the nurse that killed his? Yeah. Yes. That's what we're talking about. Yeah. Exactly, Brown Becky. Yeah. Yep. There's no comparison. He's doing all of this to try to look smart, to try to tie it to something that he knows is going to pull at black people's heartstrings. Understand when people are trying to play with you. Don't fall for it. This is trash. And if you think like this, you're going to be in a trash can with the rest of the trash. Okay? Get the dustpan. Get the dustpan. Men in the black manosphere have definitely used the custody battle to sympathize. Exactly. This lead attorney's got some video about like how you can pay less in child support. Why would you want to give your children less? So you can wear a gold chain? So you can have name brand this and that? Oh, the baby mama just gonna spend it, blah, blah, blah. If you didn't want her to be in control of your money, then you should have stayed together as a cohesive family. And you could have controlled the money. Well, she didn't want to stay with me because I was always cussing and yelling at her. Okay. We'll see what's about to happen next. Okay. Then people don't want to be around people who yell at them and abuse them. So again, you have to be a person people want to be around and maintain a cohesive relationship or deal with the courts. It's that simple. You're not getting no pity for that. All right, let's listen a little bit more before I go. This guy is a trip.
A lot of you guys don't know this. Like the suicide rate. What do we all hear about? We hear about this shit, right? We hear about this. We hear about the murders. The only time you hear of a suicide, listen to what I'm telling you. The news has a policy. They've had this policy for years, for generations. The only time the news really reports on suicides is when it's connected to a murder. Suicides happen every day. I mean, they happen all the time. You never hear a word about them. A murder occurs, you hear about that. You don't hear about suicides. Oh, somebody in my neighborhood committed a suicide. You don't. That doesn't make the news. So many of you are scared of the murder rate. The suicide rate is way higher than the murder rate. What is suicide so many times, guys? Can it be a chemical imbalance? Absolutely. Do you know what the suicide also is many times? It's someone putting their hands under the damn table. Someone who's looked around and they're just like, you know? Africans. How did I get here? Guys, do you know that I'm 18% white? Africans in slavery.
I'm done. I'm done. This black ass nooker just said he's 18% white. No, you're not. Those tests be lying. Who cares? Who cares? You're not 18% white. You're 18% whatever that the ethnicity is. White is a race. Oh my God. You see how, oh my goodness, this 18%. 18%. That's almost 1/4. Is he even a black man at this point?
If you go read those slave accounts when they were on the boats, the slave ships, sometimes the women, listen to what I'm telling you. Sometimes the women with their babies, when the slaves were brought up on deck for feeding and washing, some of those women would throw their own babies, infants, into the ocean. What is that?
What is that? It's called being smart. It's called being smart. That's what it is. That in fact is why they had to chain them down. But see, they love to have this narrative that black people just got in a boat and got ready for a boat ride. Africans got in a boat, got ready for that boat ride over to being enslaved. They had to chain them down because who the hell would want to go away with these raggedy ass, ghostly ass strangers? They had to chain them down. The men and the women. And yeah, I think a smart woman would definitely not allow her child to go through what this experience was for those enslaved Africans. That has nothing to do with suicide. And that has nothing to do with, like, what are you talking about? That has nothing to do with this case. That has nothing to do with this case. Rodney King, enslaved Africans, none of that has anything to do with this guy's case. This guy is a hood booger, okay? I don't care what kind of job he had. He's a damn hood booger. He doesn't have proper use faculty of his brain. He can't control himself, but he wanted to skeet and bust nuts. Get thee to a nunnery. Get thee to a mental institution if you know that something's wrong with you. But see, how would he know something's wrong with him when he can log online and have a bunch of males, a plethora of males agreeing with his twisted, warped view of the world? And these males, the lead attorney, wherever space he go back to, He probably married to a Becky. He probably got, white in-laws or his girlfriend's parents. That's what it's giving. He's not going to talk like this in front of them. But they'll talk like this to get money and clout. And these crazy guys out here are listening, feeling justified and validated in their mental illness. You want to get control of your brain. You control your brain doesn't control you. At the point where you are feeling like your brain controls you and you don't have control of yourself, you are losing. Start meditating, start reading some books, and get your mental health together. They sure do have a lot to say in the manosphere, but do very little to build systems to at least uphold the status quo, just spreading a dysfunctional narrative and vibes. Exactly, Sammy. Exactly. I mean, it's just that simple. If you want substantial change, you have to do substantial work. You got to do the work. Males. Male time. They're males. Okay. He said he's 18% white, y'all. He ain't no regular degular. All right? They call him 18. 18% milk. Wow. Okay. Wow. That probably informs his entire existence. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. My biological sibling did a DNA test. It came back 24% white. I didn't believe that those would be my results, even though we are biologically related. I just don't. Something happened. Something happened, baby. But I'm black, okay? But so what? Who cares? Okay? It's just informing you where, a lot of traces of your DNA are coming from. White is a race. There's no 18% white. Just like there's no 18% black. You're either of the race or you're not. It's just that simple. Jesus Christ. Oh, Lord, my world. Okay. I'm 18% ratchet. What's up? What's up? Jesus Christ. Oh, my goodness. Nia says the reason why media doesn't report as much on self-deletions is because they're following APA's guidelines and journalism ethics. It has nothing to do with painting men in a bad light. Thank you, Nia. I was just going to say that. Thank you. I mean, it's a well-known fact if you study journalism, which I have. Very well said, Nia. Again, thank you. That reporting self-deletions only encourages people to do it more. So, they'll report it, but when and if they absolutely have to, because the person is very well known, a public figure, or it's attached to the taking of a life, or it's attached to something else egregious, right? But in general, yeah, they don't let people know how much this happens because people are copycats. And people will follow and think that that's something they should be doing. Instead of flipping the table over, get your mind right. Get your life together. Life is hard. You're not going to always hear what you want to hear. You're not going to always get what you want to get. Trust me, I know it, baby. I sit and looked at my life. I broke all these generational cycles and curses. And yet I was the one that was black sheeped. I was the one ostracized. I was the one othered. Not the deadbeat daddies. my whole life for being a truth teller. Life is funny. Life hurts. That's what you need to understand. Get used to that idea of life, that it hurts, you're going to have pain, and you have to persevere on. This idea of life that it should be perfect or you should be flipping tables is asinine. It's immature. It's dusty. How are you ever going to build something? And you can see this is a dusty mentality. And this is what these dusties do. Flip over tables. They'll destroy everything. Because they can't have what they want. What the hell do you think Blackistan is? They will destroy everything. Because they can't get what they want. You flipping over tables in somebody else's house. Ooh, you're shaking the table. You ain't scaring nobody with that. All you've done was ruin it for everyone sitting at your table. Meanwhile, you're in someone else's house and they done put your ass in the basement because you're prone to flipping over tables. Are you hip? Are you paying attention? And you flipping over tables and you in the basement and you think you're doing something. All you're doing is hurting the people who unfortunately have no choice but to be seated at the motherfucking table with you. You not hurt the house, the foundation. You ain't touched none of that. You in the basement. But you ain't touching the foundation. No. Instead, you'll flip the table over. Make sure your own kids don't eat. Make sure your women not eating because you don't like what's on your plate. Come on now. That's not how a man moves. Toni Morrison's beloved must be lost on him. Oh, exactly. I'm like, you don't understand why a woman would do that? The mental anguish a woman must be in to do that. And he talked about they'll throw their own babies over. Most of those women jumped with their babies. A horrible choice for a mother to have to contend with. Because you motherfuckers would rather flip over the table than get to work. They are shook that black women woke up and not giving them special treatment anymore. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. Entitlement, narcissism. You see, this case with this nurse who took the lives of the mothers of his children. Is a microcosm for the rampant narcissism and infantilization that the black community has reaped on the male members. You have been infantilized for too long. You have been allowed to be narcissists for too long. That combination has been devastating. So many of them are like this. Because y'all can see all those Tammys and tools in the comments section supporting this behavior. Because they want a Scooby snack. And it sets you back, bruh. Being a narcissist will set you back. It'll make you believe you're greater than what you are. Being infantilized will set you back. Fight for control of your mind. At this point, they're so easy to brainwash. America loves to brainwash them. They do it all the time. Everybody gonna get what they want to get out of y'all. And then when you realize you want to come and flip the table over for everybody else that's sitting around trying to eat the little bit that they got. He's praising a flipping the table over mentality. He's praising that. Absolute stupidity. I want a stoic man to lead me. I want a man that uses his brain. I want a man who is controlling his brain, not a man whose brain is controlling him. Or I'll do the leading. If you can't think for yourself, I'll do the leading. And I'm going to do me regardless. Okay? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, wow. This is a backwards dude, man. This is the best y'all got? Tragic. This guy is trying to use emotional history info to get support. Exactly. He knows what's going to trigger Black people. Rodney King and race riots, and come on, this is such a grift. Don't fall for it. We got to move smarter. We got to move better. Violence is not acceptable. Period. Y'all get that shit out your head. Violence is not the answer for your feelings being hurt. All these guys agreeing. All these women that have agreed. These people are sick. These people are sick. This is why I will be homeschooling. I don't want my kids around people's kids who, you know what I'm saying, that have parents like this, that are raised in homes like this. This is why it never stops. The dysfunction never stops. Because your own people are using this shit to get a coin. Exactly. Exactly. He's trying to justify. Nia said, whenever a Black woman is taken out, they blame it on a Pookie and Ray Ray. This is an educated lame with a dusty mentality and still ended up taking these ladies' lives. They still have an excuse. Exactly. They always have an excuse. They always have an excuse for never having to be responsible for their own actions. What kind of man? Stay far away from, I'm telling you right now, I've said it before, I'll say it again, I'll continue to say it. Stay far away from males who call women the B word, who call women bro, who always have a reason to blame their mother, their ex-girlfriend, their ex-wives. I'm not really interested in divorced men, to be honest. Should have chose better. Should have chose better. Stay far away from guys like that. You know? All right. I mean,
Just putting your hands under the table. What is that? It's putting your hands under the table. Is that murder? It's murder. But it's also not seeing any fucking options. What are my options? Does anybody, I have a question for you guys. Let's just take it back. Let's step back. Does anybody think this would have happened like this if the default custody situation in the nation was 50-50? Listen to what I'm telling you. If you walked into court and...
Is the default birthing situation in the country 50-50? Huh? Is there a 50% chance that you're going to push a baby out your ass? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? An infant needs to be with its mother 24/7. 24/7. What are you talking about? A toddler needs to be with its mother 24/7. Why do they act like they want... These dudes don't want their fucking kids? The fucking cap, the lies, the lies. You gotta beg them to babysit their own damn kids. 50% custody when you were working, man. It don't even make sense. And if you have abuse allegations, what do you expect? You're supposed to live your life in a way that you don't have abuse allegations. It's that simple. His daughters are old enough to confirm whether he's abusing them or not. They're not, it's not like they're babies and the mother can say, well, he's doing something, and then there's no proof and it's just her word and they're going with it. So again, this is all cap and a bunch of lies.
Judge said, listen, it's default 50-50. Unless somebody has some real proof about something, some, not allegations. Fuck these goddamn allegations. Real proof. If someone doesn't have some real proof about some shit, then it's going to be 50-50. Does anybody think this would have happened? That's why I owe AJ some fucking money. I'm going to give him $20 because it's the court system. He murdered people. I get it. He's a fucking murderer. I get it. I'm an attorney. I know what a fucking trial is. I know what a murder is. What I'm telling you is that it's my opinion that he would be at work today if the system was fair for men.
The system is fair for men. I think that if men knew that when they left their wife, they would be required to raise their child 50-50, I think a lot less of them would leave their wives. You know, men behave egregiously to get left. So, you know, the cheating and the disrespect and the verbal abuse and all different types of emotional abuse, etc. They wouldn't engage in that, knowing that if the woman decides to leave, the court's gonna give you equal opportunity to raise these kids. The woman is typically left with the child because that's the traditional role. Are y'all traditional? See, they want to be traditional when they want to be traditional. This is modern speak. For daddy to stay home and raise the girls, that's very modern. That's very modern of them. It's not traditionally done. Because again, up to a certain age, a child needs to be with the mother. They don't need to be with the father as much as they need to be with the mother. For purposes of survival, because mommy has breast milk. What don't y'all understand about that? That's very modern male to want full custody of the kids so you can stay at home and get child support. And that's what these guys want. Understand that. I've never heard anything like that. Does not compute over here at all. That shit is crazy. And then proof that the father is digitally penetrating his daughter. How can you get proof of that? How can you get proof of that? The child's word is the proof. A lot of times people don't move, the law doesn't move fast enough on these types of cases. Maybe the child waited a week, a month to tell her mother. You couldn't get any proof. The proof is the child's word. And that's enough for a court of law, and it's enough for me. It's not enough to these pervs, but that's enough for me. And why did he throw in slave women and getting rid of babies? What did it have to do with the criminal case? That's what I don't get. Exactly. Yo, this dude is a trip. He's trying to tug at whatever heartstrings he can get out of black folk to buy into his toxicity. Exactly. They hate kids. So what the hell? He's very emotional. He needs to control his emotions. Exactly. I'm like, dude, like, why are you shouting? He's shouting like me. Calm down. He loved to shout too. I know you can't shout in a court of law. Okay? I know the judge ain't letting you do all that. No, they not. I had to leave for a second. His voice is too toxic. I feel you. How does this man have a license to practice law? I'm curious to what kind of law he practices. Now, he says he's a divorce attorney. Okay? He says he's a divorce attorney. Natasha K did a video about him where she was digging into him, but he was like, I'm going to sue you for doing this. So I think she might have even put the video on private. I don't know if it's still available, but I'm going to look for it if it is, because Tasha K said, like, this dude is, he's iffy when it comes to, law, because he's not transparent. That's the first thing. I've communicated with attorneys on YouTube before. They use their real names. They use the name of their law firm. They don't have secret names and trying to live different lives and things like this to be a funny dude. It's the lack of transparency for me. I don't like that at all. But yeah, there's absolutely no correlation with anything that he brought up to justify saying that this guy is a victim of anything.
I'm trying to tell you. Right? He would be at work today if it was a default 50-50. But it's not a default 50-50, which is why it aggravates me to no end when I hear women say, oh, men don't fight for their kids. I don't even... that would, I don't even want to go down. If I went down that road about that whole fucking argument, that would tack on another hour to your long stroke. And I ain't gonna do it. Y'all have been super patient. I do want to say this though, because a lot of men are more gracious than this man. And they will just take themselves out. They're like, I can't do it. They'll take themselves out. Do you know what the irony is? The irony is that when they take themselves out, or even when they take the women out, the irony is everybody says, oh, look, we were right. We were right. He is crazy. But he would not have been crazy under a fair system.
Oh my gosh. So I'm going to end it there, because this is a guy who thinks, I mean, are you stupid? What's fair about life? What's fair about life? You're not going to get a fair system. You're supposed to play the cards that you're dealt. He's just going to say the same bullshit over and over again. This was not an intelligent conversation. I know a lot of very highly intelligent people. He could not sit down and argue this in front of any of them, in front of any of the lawyers that I know. So yeah, his thing is men shouldn't have to be accountable in a world that's not fair. The world's not fair. It's not fair for any of us. What are you complaining about? And you're a man, you're supposed to be working towards changing that, not bitching about it. Jordan Peterson told y'all that. Shout out to Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson, if you want to come over to my channel, we can work something out. Okay? I'll work it out with Jordan Peterson. But these pseudo-intellectuals, this pseudo-intellectual arguments, trash. All he's doing is excusing DV and victim blaming. And that's atrocious. So that's their move, to play a victim 24/7. What's traditional about that? What's traditional about a man wanting to sit home and collect child support and stay at home with the kid that he can't breastfeed? What's traditional about that? And these kids be at home with a dude like that eating microwaved hot dogs. Are you kidding me? You know how many A&E intervention episodes I've seen? Granted, it's been majority, non-Black people, with the opioid crisis and what have you. But the point is, a lot of these people were put on to drug use by their fathers and or stepfathers being in their lives and encouraging them to do the same. So Alexander Brandon is here. Good to see you. It's okay. You don't necessarily have to be sorry, but I'm glad to see you. But yeah, we're wrapping it up. This was a trip. Because I'm at home with my husband, and I don't have to see a lot of this and be around it. And so that's one of the reasons why when the women come onto my channel and they say we're angry about these things, I say then they have a right to voice their frustration, because they don't have spaces to voice their frustration. And just because I'm not feeling the same that they might feel about certain things, because I don't have to be around it. I totally understand that when you're single, you're trying to hear what men have to say and to know that it's a bunch of garbage like this. They're supposed to be the good guys, the great value dusties. Watch out for these great value dusties. All right? Absolute victim mentality. I will not be around a man with a victim mentality whatsoever. If you're not ready to pull yourself up and get to work, a man that doesn't understand that the world is unfair, if the system was fair, maybe he wouldn't be taking people's lives. Does that sound like an intelligent argument? The system's not fair. Deal with it. That shows the character of a man. It's how he survives his obstacles. Not that he can take everyone out with him. What a backwards mentality. Thank you, Alana. Thank y'all so much for being here and listening with me. Wow. Yeah. I really appreciate you guys. This was a rough one. I'm going to decompress, deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay, I'm going to go and take a hot shower and wash this shit the hell off of me. Okay? Because the fact that this guy is such a large platform at this point, 100,000 subscribers, people are listening to this, and people are championing this guy for having rhetoric like this. It speaks to what's happening in the real world. You know, people will come and say, well, I don't see a gender war playing out in real life, but this is a part of it. Black femicide is absolutely a war. We're not going to tolerate it. So thank y'all for being here with me. You know, we've listened to his video. Y'all really don't need to go over there unless you're going to click it down and keep it moving. Because, you know, don't support guys like this. Do not. And I know I'm gonna talk to the Dustianas and the Linties. All right, it's a lot of lint girls out there. I know you're looking for a man. I know life is hard. I know you want to feel attached to a man some way, somehow. Please understand that this ain't it. Listen to Jordan Peterson. He's a much better guy to listen to. You want to listen to a guy? Listen to Jordan Peterson. Don't listen to these guys. It's not healthy. It's not healthy for women to hear guys talking like this guy at all. All right? I heart you guys. Well, I hope you listened to the replay, Alexander. It was a good one. Please listen to the replay, thumbs up the video, and subscribe. And I will see you guys soon. Oh, also, tonight, I will be, once again, on Viral Debates Live. It's going to be a discussion about, you know, diaspora, you know, wars type situation. The question being, do Black Americans have culture? I think y'all all know, I feel like that the answer is yes. Y'all know I don't engage in diaspora wars. I love us all, but I do know a lot about my history as a descendant over here in America. And so one of the reasons I take part in those conversations is because it's a lot of miseducation that goes on. And because I know better, I want to encourage other people to know the truth and to not go by what they see on TV or what is being told to them. So I'm going to be on Viral Debates Live tonight on her channel, 7:30 p.m. on the dot. Be there. Don't miss it. If people get gully with me, because, you know, last time I was on Viral Debates, we were talking about colorism in film, okay? And one of the guys on the panel, he was like, oh, well, what do you want Black people to do? I said, if you know, I'm a person about responsibility and accountability. If you know that the media, okay, is only going to show you whitewashed versions of yourself or these colonized ideas of Black people as less than, etc., then you should limit the amount of TV that you watch. But this guy, right? And I was like, therefore, I limit the TV that I watch. So I don't have strong feelings about biracial women representing Black women in film and TV because I don't watch it like that, okay? And that's coming from an artist. I don't watch TV like that. I have not watched TV like that since I was in grade school, okay? So unless it's an amazing show or something like that, I don't watch it, period. I just don't. And so I was encouraging, what we do know is Black people disproportionately watch TV. And this guy on the panel was like, well, what do you want them to do? They work hard. They have hard lives. Stop with miss me with the whole, come on now. All right, you're not talking about the 1950s or 60s. Everyone has a hard life. Life is hard for everyone. Most Black people, they don't even care about racism. Like, they don't talk about it. They don't fight against it, anything like that. So a lot of them don't even believe that they're victims of racism or oppression or anything like that. So therefore, why are you watching TV if you feel like you're not being represented or you feel like you're being represented poorly, stop supporting it. Common sense would tell you that. He was like, well, what you want them to do? And then he goes on to say, well, he doesn't watch a lot of TV. So you're intelligent enough to know that you don't watch a lot of TV, but you want to infantilize Black people and have it seem like, well, what they going to do? They're just not smart, and all they can do is sit around and watch TV because they have hard lives. I would argue that your lives aren't that hard because most Black people are not anti-racist. They don't know, they haven't read a book about racism. They wouldn't know the first thing about fighting it, and they don't. So, why do you keep saying like Black people's lives are hard? Everyone's life is hard. Okay? If you're not dealing with racism and you don't think you're oppressed, what are you complaining about? So I would argue, I said, well, let them play some board games. And he was like, oh, you want them to play board games? Anyways, my husband heard. And my husband was like, I don't like the way this guy's talking to you. I was like, calm down. Calm down. See, my husband don't know that. That's how they talk. That's how they talk. You know, disrespectful. Little jabs and shit. My husband's not used to that. I was like, oh, shit, I'm going to have to, you know what I'm saying? Because my husband wasn't here for it. And one thing about my husband is I always respect my husband's wishes. If he don't want me to talk to certain people and do certain things, I'm not going to. Because he doesn't want that type of shit affecting our family. You know? So if they come at me on this panel, I'm going to definitely have to give it to them. Respect the panel, of course. You know, respect Viral Debates, Kadira over on Viral Debates. You know, she's a young woman and she wants her panel to be run smoothly. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have time to respond to this guy, right? Stop infantilizing Black people. Black people aren't like some stupid group that can't understand that they shouldn't watch TV. If you're going to complain constantly, stop watching it. I don't complain because I don't watch it. You know, and then there's this idea that like we, you know, Black people only understand life through what is shown to them in TV and the media. Y'all got to change that. This shit is fake. I've been telling y'all that on my channel for years. Everything you see on TV is fake. Okay, so, but yeah, that was interesting panel, and I will be on the panel tonight on Viral Debates YouTube channel at 7:30, talking about whether or not Black Americans have culture. I mean, I think the answer is yes, so it should be an easy chat. Shouldn't be much to talk about. Thank you, Naeem. Appreciate you. Thank you, Cosmic Journey. I'm like, exactly. Everybody has culture. You know what I'm saying? So I find a lot of the diaspora wars topics to be kind of low vibrational, but I think Kadira does a very good job of elevating these conversations over in her space. So that's why I'm happy to be there and, you know, just talk about Black American culture more. I think that if people hear about us more from our own words and less from what you get from TV, then we'll have a better way of communicating with one another, because a lot of people are getting things just from TV, and TV is not real. It's not real life. The channel is Viral Debates. Thank you, Cosmic Journey. I appreciate you for putting that in the chat there. Thank you. Thank y'all. Oh, thank you guys so much. Thank you. Exactly, Maestro Miss. Exactly. I mean, I don't need a TV. The only reason we got a TV was for Game of Thrones, and y'all see how they did us. Okay. The last season of Game of Thrones, like, we were devastated, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, exactly. Play some board games. I don't understand. There's a million things you can do with each other. You don't have to sit and watch TV. I told y'all I can't stand that. Black people want to just sit and watch TV. Let's talk. Let's grow. Let's learn. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I believe so. I believe so. She doesn't have that many on that channel, I believe. Let me just double check. Yeah, 241, 13 videos, viral debates. Yes. So definitely be there for that one. I will be there and I will see you guys soon. Thanks for chatting with me with this. I mean, I appreciate just how smart and logical you guys are so much because, again, I don't see this in almost any other space that I go into. I mean, you guys just are so level headed here. And I don't even have to, you know what I'm saying? It's really when I come on here and talk with y'all, it's a conversation and we all get it. We all get that this kind of behavior that this guy is exhibiting is not right. So let's just stand strong in our knowledge of what's right. You know what I'm saying? Let's stand strong in that because it's hard. It's been hard for me. I notice how people that say stupid shit, they get more views and they get more this and they get more that. But the path of righteousness, baby, we're on it. We're on it. And I heart you guys. I hope you guys have an amazing day. And hopefully I will see you guys over on Viral Debates tonight at 7:30. You'll be on another content creators live later. Yes, Viral Debates. This is the name of the channel, Viral Debates. Go ahead and follow her. I'll be there tonight at 7:30. And, we're talking about the diaspora, things like that. Again, me and Kadira, we're both, descendants here in America, Black American descendants. But we both believe in loving throughout the diaspora. That's one of the reasons why I love her channel. Like, we love our brothers and sisters throughout the diaspora, and we're trying to show that you can do both. You can love yourself and you can love each other, and we can get this work done and celebrate and do all of that. And I think that, I've definitely shown y'all that here. And Kadira is very similar. She's a young Black actress in New York City. Same as, well, she's younger than me. So I think you guys really like her. So yeah, be sure to go over there and check us out. I really appreciate y'all support. Pink Pineapple was in the live the last time, and I appreciate that. I always love seeing y'all. So if you can, 7:30 p.m. tonight, Viral Debates, be there. I heart you guys. You guys rock. You're awesome. My Steelies. Until next time. Mwah. It's spelled like this. Okay. Oh, I love you too. I really appreciate y'all. You guys rock. And you really, as hard as that video was, like going through it with you guys really helped me. Seriously. Because I think I would have lost my shit if I had to listen to that video at home just by myself, just listening to that and hearing that negativity. So I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for being here for me and, for being my Steelies. I can't thank you enough. I really can't. So I appreciate y'all. Kadira, Viral Debates. Thank y'all. I'll see y'all soon. Tonight, 7:30. Mwah!